There are places that call to you, not with a shout but with a whisper. Cambodia is one of those places. It's a country that seems to exist in a different time, a different rhythm. You see it in the gentle smiles of its people, in the ancient stones that hold centuries of stories. For a long time, I thought of Cambodia only through the lens of its painful history. But I've learned that the truest story of a place is found not just in its past, but in its present. And the present, I discovered, is surprisingly, wonderfully luxurious. It's a kingdom of contrasts, ancient spirituality, modern elegance, and it holds a quiet, profound welcome for everyone. This journey was designed to uncover that spirit. A curated adventure for a group of mature gay men, travelers who, like me, seek something more than just a vacation. We were looking for connection, to a new culture, to nature, to each other. Cambodia, with its gentle nature and deep-rooted philosophy of acceptance, felt like the perfect canvas. It's a place where the concept of a third gender has existed in its culture for centuries, a subtle but powerful undercurrent of inclusivity. This isn't about rainbow flags on every corner. It's something quieter, more ingrained. It's a feeling of being seen and accepted, without question or fanfare, which is perhaps the greatest luxury of all. We began our 2-week odyssey with the promise of something truly special. Not just sightseeing, but experiencing. Not just observing, but participating. Our adventure began in Siem Reap, the gateway to the gods. The air here is thick with history. You can almost taste it. This is the home of Angkor, the ancient capital of the Khmer Empire, and our first encounter with it was anything but ordinary. We bypassed the usual crowds, the lines, the noise. Instead, we were granted private access, stepping into a world that felt entirely our own. Our guide, a man whose family had lived in the shadow of these temples for generations, spoke in hushed tones, as if not to disturb the spirits that still lingered among the intricately carved walls. He didn't just recite facts, he told stories, weaving a narrative of kings, deities, triumphs, losses. The first temple we explored was not Angkor Wat itself, but a smaller, more intimate sanctuary, hidden deep within the jungle. Ta Prohm. Here, nature has reclaimed the stone, with colossal silk cotton trees wrapping their roots around ancient galleries and doorways. Walking through its crumbling corridors felt like stepping onto a film set. But the reality was far more profound. We were walking through history itself, touching stones carved by hands 1,000 years ago. Later, we visited Bante Sre, the citadel of women. This temple is a masterpiece in miniature, carved from a soft pink sandstone that glows in the afternoon light. The detail here is astonishingly intricate, every surface covered in delicate depictions of mythological scenes. Our guide pointed out the subtle stories in the carvings, the expressions on the faces of celestial dancers. That evening, the luxury of our journey became truly apparent. We were dining in the heart of a fallen empire, a perfect introduction to the magic that Cambodia held in store. The next morning began before dawn. There's a certain magic to the early morning hours, a quiet anticipation in the air. We were on our way to witness one of the world's great spectacles, sunrise at Angkor Wat. But again, our experience was different. We were led away from the main viewing points to a secluded spot where a group of saffron-robed monks awaited us. As the first light began to break, painting the sky in shades of purple and gold, they began to chant. It was a water blessing, a sacred ritual to cleanse the spirit and bring good fortune. The monks gently sprinkled blessed water on us. Their ancient prayers washed over us as the iconic silhouette of Angkor Wat emerged from the darkness. With the sun now climbing in the sky, we entered the great temple itself. Angkor Wat is a place that defies description. It's a representation of Mount Meru, the home of the gods in Hindu mythology. Having an archaeologist as our guide transformed the experience. He led us through the long bas-relief galleries. He explained the epic tales carved into the walls, the Battle of Kurukshetra, the churning of the Ocean of Milk. He showed us hidden details, architectural secrets, and the subtle shifts in artistry that marked different eras of its construction. We were able to access areas typically closed to the public, climbing narrow staircases to upper levels for panoramic views of the entire complex. The scale of it is almost impossible to comprehend. What struck me most was the devotion required to create such a place. Standing in the central sanctuary, looking up at the towering spires, you feel incredibly small, a fleeting presence in a place built for eternity. It was a humbling and awe-inspiring experience, made all the more powerful by the quiet, contemplative atmosphere of our private tour. This, I realized, was the true essence of our journey, not just seeing the stones, but understanding the spirit that gave them life. From the ancient tranquility of Siem Reap, we flew to Phnom Penh. The capital city is a different beast altogether. It's a whirlwind of energy, a chaotic, compelling mix of old and new. Our first stop was the Royal Palace, a stunning complex of glittering spires and ornate rooftops that serves as the home of the Cambodian king. The sheer opulence is dazzling. We wandered through the throne hall and saw the silver pagoda, its floor inlaid with over 5,000 silver tiles, its centerpiece a magnificent emerald Buddha. But you cannot understand Phnom Penh without confronting its darkness. The city bears the deep scars of the Khmer Rouge regime. We paid a somber visit to the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, a former high school that was converted into the infamous S21 prison. Walking through the stark, empty classrooms, seeing the haunting photographs of the prisoners is a profoundly unsettling experience. From there, we traveled to the Chuang Ek killing fields, where a Buddhist stupa filled with thousands of skulls stands as a memorial to the victims. It is a place of immense sadness, yet it felt essential to bear witness. To understand Cambodia's resilience, you must first understand the horror from which it has emerged. This stark contrast between the city's beauty and its tragic history is what makes it so compelling. That evening, we experienced the city's modern, glamorous side. We ascended to a chic rooftop bar, a place like Sora Sky Bar, perched high above the bustling streets. With craft cocktails in hand, we watched the sunset over the confluence of the Mekong and Tonle Sap rivers. Below us, the lights of Phnom Penh began to twinkle, a symbol of its enduring spirit and its hopeful future. It was a moment to reflect on the day's powerful and conflicting emotions. The experience was a lesson in duality. Cambodia teaches you that joy and sorrow, beauty and brutality can coexist in the same space. This city of ghosts and glamour had captured a piece of my heart. Phnom Penh truly comes alive through its food. The city's culinary scene is, a vibrant tapestry of flavors, from humble street stalls to sophisticated restaurants. To dive deeper into this world, we participated in a private Khmer cooking class. Our instructor, a charming and passionate local chef, first led us on a sensory tour of a bustling local market. The sights, sounds, and smells were honestly intoxicating. Piles of exotic fruits, fragrant herbs I'd never seen before, fresh fish glistening on ice, and vendors calling out their daily offerings. We learned to identify key ingredients like galangal, kaffir lime, the famous Kampot pepper, the foundation of Khmer cuisine. Back in a beautiful open-air kitchen, we tied on our aprons and got to work. Under our chef's expert guidance, we learned to prepare several classic Cambodian dishes. The star of the show was fish amok, a sublime steamed curry with a coconut milk and lemongrass base, traditionally served in a banana leaf bowl. We pounded our own curry paste in a stone mortar and pestle, the fragrant oils of the spices releasing into the air. The process was hands-on, fun, and honestly, incredibly rewarding. It was more than just a cooking lesson. It was a cultural exchange, a way of connecting with the heart of the country through its most cherished recipes. The best part, of course, was sitting down together to enjoy the feast we had created. The flavors were complex, fresh, and utterly delicious, a perfect balance of sweet, sour, salty, spicy. We talked and laughed, savoring every bite, proud of our culinary accomplishments. Food has a way of bringing people together, of breaking down barriers, and creating shared memories. That evening, we took to the skies for a different perspective on the city. A private helicopter tour offered a breathtaking bird's-eye view of Phnom Penh and the surrounding countryside. We soared over the intricate geometry of the Royal Palace, followed the winding path of the mighty Mekong River, and saw the vast expanse of rice paddies stretching to the horizon. From above, the chaos of the city transformed into a mesmerizing pattern of life and movement. Seeing the city from this vantage point solidified its image in my mind, a resilient capital, constantly growing and evolving, beautifully situated at the heart of the nation. Our journey then took a dramatic turn. leaving the city behind for the untamed wilderness of the Cardamom Mountains. The destination was Shintamani Wild, a place that defies easy categorization. It's not just a hotel, it's a radical concept in luxury and conservation. Our arrival was, to put it mildly, spectacular. We zipped into the camp over the forest canopy and a rushing river on a 400-meter zip line. It was an entrance that immediately set the tone for the adventure to come. Thrilling, audacious, completely immersed in nature. This was eco-luxury at its most imaginative, a camp created by the visionary designer Bill Bensley to protect this vital stretch of rainforest from poaching and logging. Our accommodations were magnificent custom-designed tents perched along the riverbank. Each one was a private sanctuary of glamour and fantasy, exquisitely decorated with vintage travel trunks, gleaming brass fixtures, plush furnishings. A sprawling deck with an outdoor bathtub overlooked the rapids, providing a front-row seat to the sights and sounds of the jungle. Falling asleep to the sound of the rushing river and waking up to the calls of exotic birds was an experience in itself, a complete immersion in the wild without sacrificing an ounce of comfort. The days at Shintamani Wild were filled with bespoke adventures. We joined the camp's Wildlife Alliance rangers on their anti-poaching patrols, trekking deep into the jungle to check camera traps and remove snares. It was a powerful, hands-on opportunity to participate in the vital conservation work the camp supports. On another day, we took a pontoon boat down the river, stopping for a picnic lunch and a swim beneath a cascading waterfall. Our adventure butler was always on hand to tailor each experience, whether it was a challenging jungle trek or a leisurely afternoon of birdwatching from our deck. This was a different kind of luxury. It wasn't just about indulgence, it was about purpose. Every aspect of the experience, from the locally sourced food to the conservation activities, was designed to create a positive impact. We were not just guests, we were participants in a mission. Sharing these exhilarating experiences brought our group even closer together. Shintamani Wild was more than a stay. It was an education and an inspiration, proving that luxury and sustainability can go hand in hand to create something truly extraordinary. From the depths of the jungle, we journeyed to the coast to our final destination, Song Sa Private Island. The name translates to the Sweethearts in Khmer, and it couldn't be more fitting. This place is pure romance. As our speedboat approached two pristine islands linked by a wooden footbridge, turquoise water all around, a protected marine reserve beneath barefoot luxury, an invitation to shed your shoes and worries. A warm, personal welcome, instant feeling of being at home. A tranquil counterpoint to jungle adventure, sustainable luxury villas built from reclaimed timber and local materials, complete privacy, breathtaking ocean views, private plunge pools, oversized sunken bathtubs, direct access to the sea. Rustic yet incredibly chic design blending with nature. Deep commitment to sustainability. A foundation protecting marine life, supporting local communities, promoting conservation. Knowing our stay contributed made it more meaningful. Days at Song Sa were ours to design relaxation, reading by the pool spa village, holistic treatments in the jungle canopy. We went snorkeling and kayaking over the protected coral reef, marveling at vibrant marine life restored by the resort. The resort's inclusive approach was palpable. A space where everyone felt completely at ease and celebrated evenings were magical. Sunset cocktails at the Overwater Lounge. On our final night, the staff arranged a special celebration for our group, a beautiful culmination of our journey together. Song Sa was more than just a beautiful island. It was a feeling, a place of peace, connection, and effortless, inclusive luxury. As our journey drew to a close, standing on the white sand of Song Sa, I felt a sense of profound gratitude. We had arrived in Cambodia with certain expectations, but the reality had surpassed them all. We had witnessed the grandeur of an ancient empire. We had witnessed the resilience of a modern nation. We had zipped through jungles. We floated in turquoise seas. We tasted the exquisite flavors of Khmer cuisine. We listened to the wisdom of monks. We came seeking a luxury adventure, and we found it. But we also found something more, a deeper connection to a place, its people, and to each other. This trip revealed a side of Cambodia far beyond the typical tourist experience. It showed us a country of incredible warmth, creativity, and hope. A place not defined by its past, but actively, beautifully building its future. Ancient temples, modern design, somber history, vibrant life, untamed wilderness, refined luxury. All of these created a rich, unforgettable tapestry. It's a country that gets under your skin and stays with you. A whisper that turns into a clear, resonant voice in your memory. The memories we made are now part of our own stories. These moments are the true souvenirs of travel. We left Cambodia not just with photographs, but with a renewed sense of wonder and a collection of stories to tell. This journey is a testament to the power of travel to open our minds and hearts. The greatest adventures lead us to new places on the map and new places within ourselves. The world is full of incredible stories waiting to be discovered. If this glimpse into the kingdom of wonder has sparked your curiosity, continue the exploration. For more journeys that inspire and connect, subscribe to the Explorer YouTube channel. The next story is just beginning.